What? You expect me to say something now? I haven't prepared anything. Besides, you've read the video title. You already know what this is all about and why you're here. So, go ahead, future Daniel. Just roll the freaking intro already. So, what you saw right there was me in an unmotivated state. And to make sure to never let this happen again, let's look at ways to keep and work on motivation. So first and foremost, find a way to make a lot of small goals and cut them down into even more little ones. Write them down, get them somewhere. This way you get a feeling for the process and a little more satisfaction every time you tick those boxes, rather than just waiting to feel good when finally reaching your end result. And see the list growing smaller every moment. I do this with my YouTube timeline when I'm done with a video, so yeah, works. Second one, treat yourself very well for the things you did good. Now I would say the more difficult it gets what you do, the more you hate it, the better the treatment for what you did should be. Now, keep in mind to treat yourself after you've done it and accomplished something, and make sure to let this treat be exclusive to success. This way you not only condition yourself to achievements and something that you like, but also you have more fun in the way of getting there. For example, I would go to the gym and eat sushi for $7 every time I was ready and done with the gym. And I freaking loved it, and it kept motivating me. I would go taking a hot bath every time I finished writing more than 5 chapters in a book and just enjoy it and chill my life about it, basically. So there are many ways, just find something that you love and don't cheat. Because remember, it's easy to trick your brain into thinking something, and this is exactly why this conditioning works in the first place. But just don't overuse it and take care of you just taking the treat when you accomplish something, and not before, just after it. Next up, try listening to motivational speeches. Yeah, I don't mean me standing in front of you and telling you how to get motivated, basically. Well, technically, yeah, that's a motivational speech, if you will. But you know those tracks on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, where people for like 14 minutes would just yell at you and there's epic music in the background? If you don't know those, then I'll put the link to some of those in the description, but they're so good and they honestly motivate me so much. And especially if you don't have the mood or willpower to do it all by yourself right at that moment when you need to get some shit done, then external sources are the best thing you can get to grab some motivation and to like rappel yourself out again of that rabbit hole and not sink down it. And we are all just humans, we have our moods, and it's okay to be down for a second, but just find a way to make your way up, and motivational speeches can really help you. They help me a lot in motivating me. Just they're freaking awesome. I totally underestimated their power until I listened to them. It's so crazy what a feeling they give you when people yell at you and tell you, you can do this, you can make this, every day, every time. This is just unbelievably crazy, really. But when you finally figured a way to get some motivation, the next step is to instantly use it before it vanishes all over again. And so find something that you love or figure a way to get there and do it. Steve Jobs once said that he always asked himself that what he is currently doing in life, does this make him happy? And whenever the answer was no for too many days what? And whenever the answer was no for too many days in a row, he knew he would have to change something about it. And this is true for him as it is for me and for every single one of you. Find something you're passionate about and do it. Also, when you ever happen to find yourself in this situation where you get to have a motivation streak over something, then use it and use this to make sure you have backups for when you feel down again. I've never seen anybody talk about this really, but it came to my mind when I was on such a motivation streak in writing my book and making my YouTube channel and building everything up and getting basically where I am right now with those things. And I knew that the day would come where I'm not that motivated again about it. And so what I did is I opened a text document in Google Keep. I wrote down everything that I had for compliments about all this stuff, like people telling me, oh well, this is so cool that you want to do it, I'm so grateful for you, so eager to listen to you, so eager to hear it, like building social pressure, or just random people at my bar telling me that, oh, I think you are the person to make one of those videos. Go ahead and do it. This is gonna be great. Just things that motivate you, quotes people actually said to you. And just write them down. I know you won't forget them probably, but just to see them is something different in a way, really. And this can really help you and be a lifesaver in those depressing every day-to-day situations. Because when you really don't stick to being motivated, you eventually lose it in the process. And you fall into this rabbit hole of laziness. And hey, we all will be dead one day, so take your time and use it good. Next point on the list. Music. So because I used to listen to it all day, and actually, believe it or not, all of the script for this video was actually written with my Good Moods playlist in the background, which actually helped me doing this. Really. If you want to, I can even put you a link to my playlist in the description, because it really motivates you like nothing else does in the process of doing something in the background. But other than that, humans are no robots. We are emotional bundles of flesh wandering around in this universe. We are full of tears, fears, anxiety, hope, love, and yeah, some of there is motivation, but songs really aim to bring that back and to really bring emotions into being. And it is really an experience for many people to find themselves happy just listening to music. And so why not use that happiness and motivation to keep going and to keep more things done, more stuff done. When I used to tidy up my room, When I used to tidy up my room, I always play some music in the background. Always. Otherwise I would die. I cannot live without music anymore. This is just so... Wow. This would be unbearable. Really. Also, if you happen to be one of those persons who just can't stand listening to music while working, yeah, those people exist. I know, folks, I know. They are among us. But seriously, if you happen to be one of those people, just do it 5 minutes before or take breaks in between. Speaking of breaks, you should take them. Like, literally, success is a hard and lonely road, and it takes commitment, and it takes time, and it takes, like, as few distractions as possible. But nobody said that you could just be inhuman. Just take your breaks. If you know you've done something, you've achieved something, it's okay to take a break. For like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe a week, depending on how long-term your project is, I don't know it. But you will find your healthy middle ground, I'm sure. And taking breaks really isn't that far of a, like, weak thing to do. It actually can really empower you to go out for a second, take some breaths of fresh air, then come back again and feel all empowered, good and motivated again to sit down and write. And what you write there is 100 times better than what you would get if you lock yourself in a room for 10 hours and say, I'm not coming out till I'm done, I'm not going to the toilet, not going to eat, not going to do anything. Just chill about your life for once. My god, you have all the time in the world. In most cases. Last but not least, make sure to surround yourself with a topic every single day. Like, get notes into your calendar that bug you. This is what I would do. I would open one note, one calendar, and I would just write so ridiculous amounts of reminders for every day for like 1 a.m. and at 1 a.m. I would just get such a list of things to do every single day. And I know that I'm not doing them every day, but maybe I'm doing one of them. And if I don't, maybe the next day, or maybe the next day. It just... My point is this, I just want you to get reminded of it. And not keep it in all the way in the background of your mind, but just bring it forth at least once a day in order to you to know, okay, I still got these things coming up. Okay, do I have time right now? Okay, do I really need to play this video game, or can I do one of those things and feel bad and feel good about it? Feel bad. What the heck? And really, consistency is the key here to keep things going, to build up on your strength. And I believe that you gotta find the drive in what keeps you doing the things. For me, it's like, you gotta ask yourself, why do you learn certain things? Why do you learn skills, acquire mechanics, try to get better? Why do you study at university? For me, it's not for a certain job or to show off or anything. It's just to become a more sophisticated person, an educated person. I like knowing stuff. And so obviously I like to learn new stuff and try myself in different fields and really get in there with the topic. So yeah, you gotta find what your love and your drive lies in, and you gotta empower on it. For example, I like to help people. and I like to give people advice based on my experience, my so few experiences I've been able and grateful enough to gather over the course of my lifespan up until now. And I just believe there are people who still need to know those things. So yeah, there you go. This is why I'm doing YouTube, if you ever wanted. And yeah, folks, I think that's about it for today. Feeling motivated for my video? Then check out the other videos on my channel. Link will be given somewhere around here. Also, subscribe button if you want to, over there. And with that, don't forget to tune in for next week's episode. Until next time, folks, take care. Bye. This way you get a feeling of process and feel for more and somewhere around here. Also, subscribe button to talk to you somewhere down here. Just hand.